Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. Watch the video through, and if you like what we do, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And to all of our subscribers, hi, it's nice to see you again. Today we got something different for you. After the success of the Sunbeam 32.1, the team of Sunbeam, I think, have done it again with a brand new boat, design of a boat of the Sunbeam 29.1. This boat is all about comfort and greater flexibility in performance. Their idea is to develop what they would consider is the ultimate weekend sailboat. As we know from going around, I'll leave a link in this corner up here for the Sunbeam 32, which we saw at Boot Dusseldorf in January this year. The new Sunbeam 21.9 has been fitted with a hydraulic centerboard or keel, depending on how you want to look at it. One of the great things about this, which I think is a nice USP, it can actually be controlled by some buttons in the cockpit, which is absolutely brilliant. This gives you the ability to adjust the height, depth, depending on sea level, depending on your point of sail. Obviously, for some of our viewers, which I know, especially brown nose, this will actually allow you to get further into anchorages, uprivers, into marinas, that a lot of yachts that there might be problems with depth. I think this is a great USP, and it has other benefits too. For 29.1 feet or 9 meters and a beam of 2.5 meters, and pretty much this boat will get you into any small marina, small berth. It also has an added benefit, is the fact that once the keel is lifted all the way up, you have a minimum draft of 33 inches, which isn't a great deal. I love the fact that they've kept the original genetics of the 32 that we had a look around in Boot Dusseldorf in January this year, with the amount of light that they're actually able to capture within the boat and the very open modern feel of the yacht. It keeps those, as I said, those genetics of their original modern and forward-thinking design. Optionally, the new Sunbeam 29 can be equipped with a pantry. It's a very small kitchen and a wet room model, or you can just have it basically, you know, as a completely open yacht with more seating and sleeping area. These options are actually modulated, so you can buy the boat without and then add the modules later, or if you've sold the boat and your new owner wants to have them or take them out, then they can be further customized with more options put in. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, with most modern yachts, and we expect it from most yacht builders, especially from Sunbeam, looking at the way it was set with the 32, obviously all your halyards, your line sheets, all come back to the cockpit. One thing that's brilliant about this is they are right directionally by your winches. Myself personally, I'd prefer another set of winches or a set of winches forward, but that's just my preference, and it all depends on what your sail plan is, or how you're going to prepare this boat for how you want to sail it. Nice thing too, as you see within the cockpit and the way your tiller comes up, you have your two bench seats, something that Hans the 348 did, which I think was really well with the wheels. With this and the Sunbeam 32, obviously you've got your tiller. If I was in the seating position, you've got your tiller right here, all your lines, your main sheet, all your halyards, your winch, and everything is right by you, you know, regardless of what tack you're on. So for single-handed capabilities, I think this is brilliant. Something to do with the swinging keel, which I think is absolutely brilliant, is it obviously offers you more flexibility, better sailing performance. The swinging keel has a maximum draft of 6.1 feet, which obviously this is Very beneficial when beating hard up into the wind. It's going to prevent a lot of that leeway and help keep the boat more balanced and stable. Once again, being a Sunbeam, they have a twin rudder system with inside steering, as they like to call it. This particular boat as standard comes with a maximum of 48 square meters of sail area upwind. Self-tacking jibs is a love-hate relationship. Obviously, if you're beating upwind, they're absolutely brilliant, but downwind they can be a bit of a pain in the bottom. Like a lot of boat manufacturers nowadays, the Sunbeam 21.9 has options for laminate sails and a carbon mast and boom. I'm not so sure it's an option I would go for, but if you're looking for maximum performance, less weight up above, larger and lighter sail area, then obviously if that's where you want your money to go, then that's fine, you know. Something which I think is quite nice for this boat, you've got a removable cockpit, and they've actually built a space in a dedicated lockpit in a dedicated cockpit, so that when you're not using your cockpit table and you're not entertaining, just out for a good sail or you're onto an anchorage or something like that, at least there's a dedicated space to be able to put your it's one of those words, isn't it? Cockpit table away nice and securely. There we go. What's the old she sails on the seashore? I can say it better after a few gin and tonics, that I can promise. The plotters have been put on the port and starboard side of the companionway. I think this is actually quite a good spot, easily visible from the helm. Obviously, if you're managing your winches from the end of your bench seats too, you can see what's going on. So with a lot of the Sunbeams, the Sunbeam 29 is equipped with an electric motor as standard, but you can have a small diesel motor if you wanted to. This is a small boat, and if you're going to do lake sailing or, you know, some very light coastal sailing and you're not going out in big weather, myself personally, I would probably stick with the electric motor. These guys have been building their electric motors for years, have a good reputation, they're relatively powerful for the size and the weight of the boat. You know, if you like this boat, they are building it already. Hopefully we're going to have a sea trial, be speaking with the guys over the next few weeks. We'll either get a sea trial in before Christmas or after the dedicated launch at the Boot Dusseldorf in 2022. We've always kept in contact with the Sunbeam guys because we were going to be doing something together, so we'll see what that brings in the future. If you were to order one now, as they're already in construction, your boat could be ready by the end of the year, which is a really short period of time. And I know some people, oh, that's quite quick. These guys are really good at doing what they're doing, and even for the 32, from date of signing a contract for the 32, total build and splash into the water is about 9 months. So I think that's, you know, as boat manufacturers go, because they're quite niche in what they do and specific, they're able to knuckle down and actually build the boats within relatively ease and speed. Prices start at around 130,000 euros. Like the Sunbeam 32, the Sunbeam 29.1 is actually built and constructed with a lot of options, or if you were going with a production company where you've got to tick off lots of options for extra, you know, wind instrument displays and stuff like that. Generally these boats come with 80% of the options that you really wanted to do, so the option list isn't huge. I know some people might think 130,000 for a brand new boat to put on a trailer is a lot of money. I actually think you get what you pay for with Sunbeam, and they've got a really good resale value. They hold their value quite well, which is unusual for a lot of boats. If you have any more questions about the Sunbeam 29.1 or the 32, please let me know in the comments below, because as I say, you know, we talk with the team quite a lot, and Gunther, the main sort of head of sales and marketing, is really nice guy. If you want any more, if you want any more information, just let me know and I'll buzz them an email or phone them up and see what I can find for you. I think it's a really good boat. I think for a day boat, it's excellent and fulfills most people's requirements. Thank you for watching and tuning in, and next week, as a little teaser, we got a 3D model of the Hands 410 or 410 to be precise. It's a new model in their range. We've got an invitation to their launch at the Cannes 2023 boat show, which initially I didn't think they were going to be, as they were saying they weren't going to be ready to launch by then. So hopefully they'll have a boat in the water and we can get around and have a good look and see if we can get out for a test sail. See you again. Cheers.